if you think you need to raise debt for your business, and let's just assume that it's not because your cash flow is fantastic and you're just looking to incrementally grow. Let's just assume that your business is in trouble on some level. What I have experienced is, number one, get your financials in order. You'll need at least 3 years of tax returns, balance sheet, etc. You also need to put together some type of forecast, something that says, hey, here's what the rest of the year looks like, or the next several quarters. So, and then also know your numbers, because you're going to be grilled about what your financials are, how you got in the situation, what your expenses are, what your overhead, etc. And so having those numbers at your disposal is really important, because that's going to be, a mandatory part of the process. Second step would be, once you get your numbers together, is really find out who your options are out there. And I would always start with who you know. It's either who you personally know at a local regional bank. It's not to say the larger banks can be options, but I found it a little bit more efficient with the local regional banks. But also reach out to your network, reach out to your peers, other business owners, because likely they have already had built-in relationships. And a strong referral can really put you ahead of the pack, in terms of all the folks out there trying to have access to the same funds. And so once you have begun to develop those relationships and set meetings, I found it really helpful to build a presentation, kind of what I alluded to, starting with the bad news first. This is why I'm in this position. This is where we are. This is the nuts and bolts of it. But here's the vision of my future. Here's what I'm going to do with these funds. Here's what our industry is doing. Here is why this is not risky for you, but a great investment in me as a business owner. And so once you have done that, and unfortunately it's not going to be one and done, you'll probably have to have this conversation half dozen, maybe more times. Eventually you will get to a place where a bank will lend to you, or a lending institution will lend to you. You just always want to make sure that you can do so at a way that not puts you or your personal livelihood at risk. And that's a hard thing for business owners to do, because sometimes we're constantly putting ourselves at risk. And if you believe in yourself, there's no sure bet. But I always caution that, strong cash flow cures all, in my opinion. And if you have good cash flow, you can absorb that. If you have no cash flow and you take on debt, I would always make sure that it's not something that's going to exist for several months. The hope is that you can rebound with that injection of funds and really continue to grow your business.